that is the war cry of these critics and this film that me and Dylan have on our shirts. This is the film. Yes, that's right. Like we promised in the last Horror Break episode, we were going to check this out finally, and we did. And seriously, all this complaining and bitching and negativity and these 20, 30-minute, commentaries of rants really are unfair, untruthful, and biased as fuck. They don't really justify their claims. Yes, there's some issues, but to me, this film gets a solid B-, okay? It wasn't the best, superhero film of Batman and Superman, and it wasn't the worst film. It was just good.
Yeah.
Some issues were here and there, but I enjoyed it overall, and I would watch this again. I would totally revisit this soon.
Yeah, I love this movie. I gave it a B+ just because there's a lot of awesome action scenes and really suspenseful moments that kept me interested.
Right, there's so many dark moments with Batman and Superman and even Lex. Even though I didn't like him, he was okay. You still have some dark moments, and it made it creepy, made it good. And there was no choppy editing back and forth. The transition of Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne back and forth and them colliding and fighting were great. The editing was great. I like the editing. There was no problem with that. There's no choppy editing, no continuity issue. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Okay, the pacing, yes, the pacing did drag. It was like, what, 3 hours roughly?
Yeah, 3 hours, 2 hours. One of those lines.
Yeah, along those lines. And it could have been cut down. It could have just gotten to the point of what happened in the beginning in Metropolis, and then it could have just got it could have, paced it a little bit quick. Could have, been, come on, get to the point. It didn't have to drag on too much. Wouldn't you agree? Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I just think that, the editing, it could have been improved more.
The pacing.
Yeah, the pacing.
The pacing is what you mean.
The pacing. The pacing is the only thing I think that fucked up this movie a little bit.
Right.
The editing was fine.
The editing was fine. Anything technical was fine. I had no problem with that. But the pacing, it kind of dragged on, and I don't think it really needed to get into both of their stories as much because we both know them. It could have just been this opening sequence, Metropolis, the destruction of the ship, Bruce Wayne rushes to the rescue, Clark Kent's there, and boom, it just goes from there. It didn't have to drag on with a backstory. It didn't have to take so long with dialogue to get to the point. It could have been shorter.
Yeah.
I think roughly maybe half hour, not even half hour, maybe not too long. It could have just kind of did it itself because we know these guys. These guys from the comic books. We know the animated series, how they met in the animated film. We really didn't need that much, space and that much time because it kind of did drag on. But it wasn't bad though.
No, it definitely wasn't.
Definitely wasn't.
Yeah, and there's really nothing wrong with this movie.
No.
I enjoyed it, and I really am not going to say I like Marvel or I like DC. No, I don't. No. I love both. They're both
exactly.
great.
It doesn't have to be politicized if it's Marvel or DC. To be honest, guys, I wouldn't say I'm a comic book fanatic, but once in a while I give these films a shot. And I like them. This was good. This wasn't the greatest thing. This wasn't the worst thing. It was just good. That's all I have to say regarding to that. Now, the comic book Taliban have been saying a bunch of issues with this film, and we're gonna briefly go over. We're not gonna name anyone or bitch or start an internet war, or have these fucking guys, be like the comic book guy. Worst movie ever. Worst critics ever. Worst review ever.
Worst chicken fight ever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So anyway,
okay, let's start with the first one.
All right, I'll go first. Saying there was like this one scene where Batman's like a dark and creepy serial killer, and what?
Okay, look, Batman in the other films, there's not really much explicit violence. He defeats people, but I want to see him kill. Okay,
yes.
That's what we're waiting for. This is not really a kid type of Batman that just defeats the bad guys. Okay, I wanted Ben Affleck to kick some ass, take some names, kill some bad guys, and I got it. I was fine. I don't get how he's I don't get how he's a serial killer or a murderer or whatever.
I don't care.
Me neither. I want to see that. That's what
I want to see him kill these fuckers who are real scum of the earth and will threaten to kill somebody.
Exactly. You need You need balls, and you need it presented to you. That's what you get with this Batman. He did it. He killed bad guys. Good. End of story. How is that even a criticism in my mind? I don't understand that. Do you, Dylan?
No, I don't.
No.
And, yeah. And there's really nothing wrong with that. I mean, sure. Oh, but they're probably gonna be like, but why does he in the comics? He just breaks bones and bashes people in the mouth.
Yes, but that's a different media. This is a different media. Yeah. Comic book and film media, they don't have to necessarily be consistent because there's so many writers and directors in those mediums that take into their own perspective. That's art. That's creativity. That's what you do with characters. There's always going to be something with the character, and it's always going to be in a different way. Yes. And I have no problem with Batman killing people at all. No. Period. Okay. Let me go on the second issue, Dylan. Jesse Eisenberg. Okay, I'll agree. Okay, he reminded me of Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Okay, he was that. That was Lex Luthor. That was Jesse Eisenberg as a Riddler. Lex Luthor. I wanted Bryan Cranston, okay? Cranston was my dude, and then they got him, and I'm just thinking, really? Him? I laughed at his scenes. There were times where I just cracked up, and he had some dark moments, but I laughed. He was this quirky, goofy kind of character. He felt like he was this cheeseball, awkward kind of guy. He wasn't the Lex Luthor I expected, personally, but he's not bad.
Yeah, I mean... For me, really, I think, this was, it may not be, I agree, I wanted Cranston more, but I just feel like, though, this isn't, the Lex Luthor we all know and the real one.
In a casting choice of both a casting coach and director by Zack Snyder, this was a mistake. They should have had Bryan Cranston, because Bryan Cranston, I don't need to say anything about Bryan Cranston. He's phenomenal.
Neither
fantastic guy.
He's, he
this guy, I don't know, he not fit for this role. He could have been the Riddler, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but I still enjoyed some of his moments.
Right, okay, what's the next thing? Let's not keep this too long, couple things.
Alright, well, I feel like people will need to know, so let me just
let's not make it too long, though. So, go ahead to the next one.
Alright, let's see. And they're saying, like, there's too much action. There's too much. It's too extreme. I just went through. There's a few hours that it gets so boring, and now we get to the second half. There's too much action.
No, okay, listen. This is what confuses me, Dylan. Right?
Yeah, really.
There's complaints over the pacing, which I understand, totally valid point, and then they complain about action. I like the action. The action is what I was waiting for, and at times I was like, when are they gonna fight? When am I gonna see them fucking boom, pow, ping, kick ass, and not just drag on with dialogue? And it did that. The second half did it, and I loved that part. But the beginning, it kind of dragged. I was kind of like dreading, like, come on. But I had no problem with it being action. It's a comic book film. Okay, do you want dialogue constantly? Or do you want action? You have to combine them both. Sure, it could have been condensed with the dialogue and the pacing and the scenes, right? But the action is where it's at. I loved it. Special effects, the fighting. It was really a fun movie, a really fun popcorn film.
Yeah,
it's not the worst.
I loved it, and I enjoyed it. I don't get what you people are going at. I really don't.
I don't know. I don't know what they're going for, but I can't complain about the action. That's what I've wanted. That's what I paid for, and that's what I got. It was a good, solid film.
Yeah, and I guess now the final issue.
Sure.
The final issue is where they feel like people are saying, "But you need to have a solid plot and solid character dialogue, to pull you in. That's what would make it better."
Okay, there was a lot of fucking dialogue, but you kind of just want to see condensed, short and sweet, and you want to see the action. That's what you want to see, okay?
Yeah.
I can't. Thank God it wasn't the full 2 hours of dialogue. Well, was it 2 full hours? Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, first half was a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking, a lot of this and that. It could have been cut down, but I want to see action. You want a good dialogue, but you want to be too long, right? And the action, I'm fine with action. You need to have both, but the dialogue can be overkill, but the action I have no problem with.
Yeah.
You could get dragged into the story, into the characters and get invested, but in a simpler, linear fashion. A more appropriate fashion in the editing department, I think.
Yeah. People are always, oh, there was even another one, they go, but it has to be out of the comics. And if it's not out of the comics, it's disrespectful to the original script, original writing of the story.
No, the source material is interpreted by so many people in so many fields of film and comic books and novels. You could do so much with these characters.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different vision of these films.
No
whether it's the old 1960s Adam West, or it's, you know, these films with Dark Knight or whatever, the cartoon. Everyone has their own vision. And you know what? Embrace it. Zack Snyder, he's not terrible. Stop it.
No.
Stop it. He's not terrible.
Yeah, enough. Zack
Snyder enough with this shit. Enough of the sad Affleck crap. Come on, guys.
Enough with those. Enough of saying Zack Snyder is worse than Michael Bay. That's bullshit.
No. Okay. Here's what was the worst thing. It was in the previews.
Yes.
Guess what we had to watch? I had to watch this for the 5th, 6th time. I lost track. I don't care.
Same here.
But oh my god, I had to watch the most horrendous fucking buffalo turd in my hands. This was a turd at the Last Supper. Okay. It was the feminist Ghostbusters. Okay, we're not going to get into that. We shouldn't really, because we're off point on this.
Yeah,
but,
really.
Okay, if you think Batman v Superman, right? Dawn of Justice is terrible, watch the trailers of Ghostbusters. It's not good. I don't like it. It's a cash-in. It's politically correct. We're not sexist against women in acting.
No.
We're excited for Rogue One.
Yes.
But Ghostbusters is something, we weren't alive in the 80s, of course not.
No.
But we watched it at a later point in our childhood, and we loved Ghostbusters, okay? They could have tied it in together with the ladies and the original cast way before 2016, but it was too late with Harold Ramis. But yeah, Ghostbusters, that is the worst thing I've seen, okay? I'd rather watch this. If I was stuck in a room, I'd rather have a Dawn of Justice coma than watch the Feminist Busters, okay? And yes, the social justice warriors are gonna get on with their neoliberal bullshit and type, but who cares, okay?
Yeah.
I'll watch this any day over a Ghostbusters remake, okay?
Yeah,
sorry.
I will own this proud and loud over any Ghostbusters reboot.
Sorry, we're not excited for the turd, so...
No.
Yeah, so...
Sorry. If you don't like that, and if it makes you go, fuck! Right. Tough shit.
Exactly. So, yeah, should we really get into plot or no?
Well, the plot, basically, it all starts with, you know, saying...
Did we kind of get into it?
Well, not really, but...
Not too much.
Well, let's just say, over the past years, both Batman and Superman have been having issues with, you know, serving justice.
Right.
There's a lot of political issues going on between them, and, you know, a lot of great tie-ins that make you want them to meet each other, you know?
Yeah.
That's what... I mean, the plot is, you know, in some ways self-explanatory. Sure, it may be the same context, but at the same time, that's to be expected.
Right.
So, if you haven't seen if you want to understand the plot, just go watch the movie with an open heart and an open mind.
Right.
Don't be like, oh, I can't wait to be disappointed and review and rant on this because of how terrible it is.
Right. Don't be biased. Don't be like these guys. Just watch our review. We're not going to be this long. We're going to make it short, but please check it out. And yeah, have a good time. You know, get past through Eisenberg and the pacing, and that is your movie. You know, it needs some improvement, but it's not the best, not the worst. And as for not Christian Bale, Ben Affleck. Okay, this Daredevil cloud, it got away from him. He did his job. He's definitely not the best Batman, or up there with Christian Bale, I don't think. Well, you like him better.
Well, actually, Ben Affleck has been known to be the best Batman ever, due to the fact that, you know, he was phenomenal.
Right. Well, it's up to opinion, but I liked him. He definitely wasn't, you know, with the scrubby sword throw voice or anything like that.
No.
So, yeah. Okay. We're gonna cut this here. You're gonna see some Easter eggs and some foreshadowing, and, you know, the storyline's gonna be here and there. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It's just good. And check out Justice League, because that's going to be the shit. I can't wait for next year. So, yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, and For most of you people who may not actually like what we had to say about, you know, about us, you guys not liking this movie, and you want to hate us for it, well, that's
it's our opinion. We bashed people, but we didn't go after names or threaten people or nothing like that. We just said how we felt, and yeah, we're gonna cut it here.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right, that's gonna be the next one.
Yep.
If not that, something else before that. But yeah, stick around, guys. We're gonna be around. We got other shit planned up. So thank you for watching, and have a good night.
Yeah. Peace out.